Wanyoko mwere makasa kakra. Enzi wanyoko mwere wenksiem kakra menkasa pi. Mwere makade. Makan papu kakra na miwe makan papu At long last, the battle has ended. And thus, Ghana, your beloved country, is free.
Africa Media 24/7.
And yet again, I want to take the opportunity to thank the chiefs and people of this country, the youth, the farmers, the women, who have so nobly fought and won this battle. Also, I want to thank the valiant ex-servicemen who have so cooperated with me in this mighty task of freeing our country from foreign rule and imperialism. And as I pointed out at our project conference at Sorbonne, I made it quite clear that from now on today, we must change our attitudes, our minds. We must realize that from now on, we are no more a colonial, but a free and independent people. But also, as I pointed out, that also entails hard work. I am depending upon the millions of the country, the chiefs and people, to help me to reshape the destiny of this country. We are prepared to build it and make it a nation that will be respected by every other nation in the world. We know we are going to have a difficult beginning, but again, I am relying upon your support. I'm relying upon your hard work. Seeing you in these thousands, it doesn't matter how far my eye goes. I can see that you are here in your millions. And my last warning to you is that you also stand firm behind us so that we can prove to the world that when the African is given a chance, he can show to the world that he's somebody. We are not waiting. We shall no more go back to sleep anymore. Today, from now on, there is a new African in the world. That new African is ready to fight his own battle and show that after all, the black man is capable of managing his own affairs. We are going to demonstrate to the world, to the other nations, young as we are, that we are to lay our own foundation. As I said in the assembly just minutes ago, I made a point that we are going to say that we create our own African personality identity. It's the only way we can show the world that we are ready for our own battle. Today, may I call upon you all so that this day, let us all remember that nothing in the world can be done unless it has the support of God. We have done the battle, and we again rededicate ourselves not only in the struggle to emancipate other territories in Africa. Our independence is meaningless unless it is linked up with total liberation.
Africa Media 24/7.
Let us now, fellow Ghanaians, let us now ask for God's blessing. And for only 2 seconds, in your thousands of millions, I want to ask you to pause only for 1 minute and give thanks to Almighty God for having led us through obstacles, difficulties, imprisonments, hardship and suffering to have brought us to the end of our trip today. 1 minute silence.
You're listening to the hottest hits in stereo.
I always listen to it.
Africa Media 24/7.
To play the Ghana national anthem.
Democracy, I'm a moya. You better apartheid go so rebrado do. You better democracy, I'm a moya. You better you better democracy, I'm a moya. You better party politics for power. Pretend independence, CCA. That's what Obama Koso. Nemo, boy, Fungwa. Kanbamu, Numapanina. Sorry, I could take a see and bro for a see. I'm in unemployment. Employees is what the answer. Sanya democracy.
The best online radio in Dallas-Fort Worth. Africa Media 247.
Democracy, I'm a moya. You I'm progressive. You democracy, I'm a moya. You brothers, not frustration. Now I some.
Welcome to Hit Point Live on Africa Media 247.
State funds and human only come big factories. It's our
On the phone, I would say Hit Point now. So I would say, and then you could see that 17th day of the month. Now, 2:06 p.m. Our Dallas in Portmore. You are listening live to Africa Media 247. This is Hit Point.
Africa Media 24/7.
You're listening to the hot.
Memo watching, memo wahan, memo wajo. Oh, baby, biara wutie me. I was song for some could na majum eja ene ewe Hit Point so our African Media 247.
Democracy, I'm a moya. You better
Democracy Amamwe. We are looking for the best option for development issues and also for equity in our motherland Ghana.
Party politics for power. Pretend independence, CCA. That's what Obama Koso. Nemo, boy, Fungwa.
And then we have come on after infrastructure deficit. Abanda Danija ho any abai was we oh yeah afa home. We will be bringing you live discussion from our panelists, Ifa Amiyao, who is a regular panelist, and Wafa Yao, and a deputy youth organizer, national, or USC, NDC. Oh, democracy, I'm waving here. Someone, pa, yeah, mommy, and two are bunny ye.
Democracy, I'm a moya. You better brothers in a frustration. Now I was some accommodation. I had to State State farm send you man cool. Oliga come big fat.
Other folks say no kwesi da wie bia no ye hit point bro a ye de nsem a ekoso o my Ghana mu trending issues so ekoso ebrewo nene de e be fa afri o my Ghana mu no yeah categorizing on the various subtopics. So we pick some few issues from politics and technology, environment, education, and health. And so yeah, politics and no more course over the week, in Zambia. First of all, former President Mahama criticizing journalists on the media, or say the media have been coward in making value criticism on the government in relation to the kind of corruption that is going on. President Mahama and say, former President Mahama has criticized the Ghanaian media over what he described as failure to probe the current government on matters of corruption, and he cites examples that to buttress his argument. He says issues like BOSS, a Japa deal, the PDS, and the missing excavators, and Galamsey fraud with smoking gun evidence, all have been neglected by the media. But also the media was up and keeping their his toes on. So and all catch the media now. Or can be built a hanum, and I quote him or say, you, referring to the media, made so much noise, and now you've all gone quiet. You are all being coward. You can't talk. And these were all kinds of propaganda against me. They said Lordina and I have stolen $100 million into a Swiss account. How would you get access to that kind of money? That is the question he asked. He posed that question. How would you get access to that kind of money? World Bank money does not come to finance ministry. It's with the BOG, that is the Bank of Ghana. How do I get to them to ask for such money and transfer it to a Swiss account? I don't have any foreign account anywhere. I have 3 bank accounts, namely ADB, Zenith Bank, and Guaranteed Trust Bank. If you want to investigate me, investigate these banks. My money is all there. That is what the former President Mahama is saying. He's saying that he does not have any foreign account. However, the media was on him during his time and said that he and his wife, Lordina Mahama, stole $100 million and deposited them in Swiss account. And that is what our former President Mahama is saying. And therefore, the media has been quiet on this government, whereby he cites examples like BOSS, which is evident, and he cites example of the Galamsey fraud, missing excavators, and the rest. The media are quiet and they are not talking about it. This is what the former President Mahama is talking about. 2020 election was one of the worst we have ever had since 1992. This is what the former President Mahama is also saying. He says the 2020 election was the worst that Ghana had ever had since 1992. And he says, as part of his thank you tour of the Central Region, Mr. Mahama asserted that the entire electoral process was not clean, not transparent, and not fair. He insisted in an interview on Cape FM on Friday, October 15th, that a lot of things went wrong during the elections, yet the Supreme Court refused to give the NDC the needed attention. I think if former President Mahama says this, it will be a little bit unfair to the state institution. And I always stand tall to defend our state institution because the state institutions, if they are strengthened, will help us in our democratic consolidation and also to grow in terms of our democracy that we are looking for. But you cannot make a value judgment like that. Whereas in Supreme Court, everybody listened to what transpired in the Supreme Court. Even some of the judges were interrogating their star witness about the kind of figures they think they have, but they refuse to provide that kind of evidence. And yet, former President Mahama goes out there and begin to talk about the Supreme Court. Hey, this is the state institution. And if these institutions are strengthened, developmental issues will go a long way to see where we want to see Ghana moving forward. And for this particular one, former president come again on that issue. Crime. Swami Anumanje Medano, the suspect has been arrested. Anumanje suspect Medane Kosu. And the suspect Emmanuel Owusu was arrested early dawn following a search party organized by police after he fled the scene of the crime and went into hiding on Wednesday night. The deceased Ebenezer Asari, who was killed and was stabbed in the neck after he refused to greet Emmanuel Owusu, allegedly a member of a weed smoking gang. Or this guy was say identity one chiano. Deceased and they say who he say so chiano. Etiama nebufui or train second or the one call okuno nso a or pe baby afa and odwane to say police in Sakano. Court orders arrest of banker over stolen of $550,000. An Accra Circuit Court has issued a bench warrant for the arrest of a bank official who allegedly abetted with a businessman to steal $550,000 from his employees. That is the bank. The suspect is 33-year-old Kevin Kwesi Kumsen. The court was presided over by Mrs. Evelyn Asamoah. That is what the court has ordered. Now, in regional issues, health workers of Mankarugu Clinic vacate post. Lock up facility in protest of youth attack. Last Saturday, the place was locked in protest of what they say is an unnecessary attack visited on them by youth group in the town. So health workers are on Mankarugu Clinic. Almost say youth no air attack you they are running away and fleeing for their safety. Eastern Regional Minister hands over 1,248 motorbikes for distribution to assembly members to carry out their official duties. Assembly members say, Eastern Regional Eastern Regional Minister, we want more motorbikes of about 1,248 and or they are common FDA records certain batches of Care 100% apple juice due to the presence of high level of mycotoxin patholin than the regulating threshold after test. FDA Food and Drug Board a year test FR 100% Care 100% apple juice high level of mycotoxin patholin. And you say through the SOM use no mane ebro. So and the information was got by the International Food and Safety Network in collaboration with the Food and Drug Board and the manufacturer itself. The manufacturer Pioneer Food Groceries South Africa and Maimu. And FDA say do you know the year free market. Director at the Accra Psychiatric Hospital, Dr. Penamai Apple, say that people who sleep more than necessary may be suffering from depression. Or be a crofo dabroso, be no more they are suffering from what we call depression and loss of appetite and loss of weight and excessive sleep. Nina contribute to what we call symptoms of depression. Education. TVET has been downplayed for a very long time in Ghana. Dr. Che Asamwa, and I can say Director General of the Commission of Technical and Vocational Education and Training, TVET, Dr. Fred Che Asamwa, and what I say, policy makers to make TVET a national agenda. Dr. Meno ya drink na some more can ye many ya drink, and I quote him was say, let's just take Finland. Recently, their economy turned around. They had 50% of their young ones going for TVET. 50% of their young population, they are all going for technical vocational education training. Let's talk about Germany. About 70% of their youth are into technical and vocational education. Samsung as Switzerland, there I can attest to that because I have experience on that. Switzerland, you are being attached to the industry. And government esama uska in support of your up and down movement at war. It's for Switzerland to have developed now, it's all because the youth are involved in technical vocational education, which is the backbone of national development in terms of infrastructure, all sector. So na se Ghana it me koso yes na beboa o man as part of person develop o man Ghana. Samson National Union of Ghana Students petition Speaker of Parliament say they should resolve the law school entrance examination buha or law na problems or say as of now looks like I say as of now 499 students are sitting on tenterhooks with no certainty about their admission to the Ghana School of Law. And I say this admission this is because per results released by the General Legal Council, the said students were deemed to have failed the entrance exams, and that is why NUCS have petitioned the Ghana Parliament to resolve the whole problem of the law school entrance exams. Sansana, diaspora, Ghana Association of Houston, on my petition, Foreign Minister over the removal of Honorary Counsel Jack Webb. Every Houston, and Texas important. Texas a big area. Indeed, we need to have our honorary consulate. Na Jeffrey almost 18 Houston a petition Ghana consulate say honorary consul no and some not the former say 8 points now so go so awutie no for some kodua State House and Corporation Commander Sugar Factories SCC Penny Bonnie Bali and the down Bonnie Agu send you mention baby I unemployment come for Bonisi your mind was so with
Hallelujah, hallelujah. And your nyam was so many
Africa Media 24/7.
Dom International USA. And Pastor David Owusu all the way from UK. Dallas, Texas. The event here to the Grace Encounter no Brian Bra. Na be hwe de onyame tumi etumi ayo. Yes. Saturday, October 30th. No sia papa. Tomati ebe so our Western Galleria Ballroom. Dallas, Texas. Bra na one ne onyame asra ne ngo emedi bra na beka onyame adomhwe bra na wa bra boring yesa bio ntofo akunni ni baba bra na betie onyontuni oje obewa asie mission.
They know how to do it. I always listen to
Africa Media 24/7.
The best online radio in Dallas Fort Worth. Africa Media 247.
For me more account but be member Africa Media 247. So yeah before at Jomo Dra no entebia ya di dwumadi ne so amamo enti na me kai wo say for dofubi na ka che dofubi no so fa na fidie no nto Africa Media 247 if you say nen komotwetwe emu ham ye you don't want to miss this conversation. This is your number one talk show, political talk show here in Dallas Fort Worth on Hit Point, Africa Media 247. Avaya Otemenka.
Metu nkapa.
Oh, yeah, sentence when you brain now on a more effort development issues what you hear Emma my Ghana in Africa Many fast Otemenka.
Opani metu nkapa.
Yeah, Mwakwaba Eba Africa Media 247. So and then allergies worry and yahu and yabre any yan chunko and yenua or fire. Deputy Youth Organizer NDC whole USA and ye name be twetwen komo sanso na fa amiya regular panelists obi anim no eti ye mamo akwaba 1 minute say shout out to more listeners na yamfa dwumadi ni and start of fire just 1 minute what here for
Okay, we there. Mamimfa saa kwenya iso na menchia onche dika mechia Mr. Oschiko.
yes
And I mechia me co-panelist.
Mr. Famia.
Last week is here Famia, yeah. And next we are sabi share ye babe dwindwin ye man no. Ne nkokan. Ena atiefo omutie nyina nso mechia mu nyina say NDC, MPP for mechia obia in the USA across the globe. Mutie enti kakra mekano.
All right. After that was Mr. Preliminary comment. 1 minute.
Oh yo, ya betcha o bibiara. Michia team ayeshia wa hai, michia o bibiara. Michia omo hweye nyina. Michia MPP USA, MPP Ghana, MPP Chicago. Yachia omo nyina, michia mabusuafo nyina, michia o bibiara. Mpai ba me boni se na ya ba behia hai nokredie eniema ema oman ekonanim ɛne nneɛma a yɛba abɛdwendwene ho wɔ ha. Nyansa ne baako fo tirim nti yɛn nyinaa yɛmfa yɛnim deɛ ɛne yɛbɛboa bi a man ne bɛkɔ n'anim no yɛmfa
Right.
na man ne nkɔ n'anim na mɛyɛ krabɛhwɛ.
All right. Yɛda mo ase ɛnɛ awia yi na ɔdɔfo meka sɛ abɔ 2:30 p.m. ɛwɔ Dallas mpɔtam mu ha waso gu so a wotie hit point ɛwɔ Africa Media 247 so nua Ifa Amiyaw ɛwɔ line so ɛna saa nso na yɛwɔ Ɔfa Yaw ɛwɔ line so yɛna ɔmo twetwe nkɔmmɔ ɛnɛ yɛbɛhwɛ biribi afa infrastructure shortfalls. Is the previous government project abandoned or ongoing? And again, Bibiafa fight against corruption, the case of Mahama Ayariga. The Ghana had the case against Mahama Ayariga, special prosecutor in some can say Ghana had no case against the Mr. Mahama Ayariga. Over here, infrastructure for shortfalls. Yes, former President Mahama, as a commander to Gas Factory. Na NDC mo project amuja hono. No crese on my pani Akufo-Addo na aban. O ma jai project amuja hono na anase omguso omoye.
Thank you very much.
5 minutes.
5 minutes oh.
Yo,
Mate. That's it, baby. Which year will be side there will be said pa. So who share Nema a course so right from the time Yenuanu MPP for it take you over from us. Na who share infrastructure na former NDC government led by Mahama administration are putting in place. That serves as the foundation of every economy. It's infrastructure. Right. And nobody can do without that. Nobody can dispute that fact. And President Mahama laid emphasis in make sure say we're putting those structures ready. And as we say here, before even President Mahama the whole world this thing how do we call it being the what do we call it international monetary and other international bodies, you know, what we can say Ghana economy was going to... Okay. What we can say okay but okay
there be me who say
who me
afraid me who yes
okay what we can say Ghana's economy was going to grow even up to the extent say Yebenya single digit from 2017, right. 2018 and 19. But also out is awesome way. And a basic part war because of the infrastructure and development Mahama Ali at all. They base their argument and stuff based on these statistics are making because it will share a bar like schools, hospitals, roads near dinner. These are the very things that are going to create jobs. And if you want to create jobs, if you have it in mind as a government to create jobs, infrastructure is the basis and there is nothing else from that. And President Mahama laid a solid foundation on that. Through the length and breadth of the country, you can see and feel and taste and see and touch at least a hospital, a school, a clinic, what do you call it, cheap compound, market, any other. Every corner, every village you go, you can see this thing there. At least one of President Mahama's infrastructure can be seen. And nothing country economy no grow because of those things are wale no. From about 40 billion oboro yeah. And then what did we see? As soon as President Mahama left government, our brothers took over. Most of the schools are no so basically 200 secondary schools. Then he was not able to build the 200 secondary school. But Mr. Ho, Chico, as I speak, 120 was in the various stages of completion. What you are saying? Out of 200, no. At least about 40 of them were completed. Now students who are Omuko school. The rest were just for the subsequent government to do what? To continue it, because governance is a continuous process. So what you're saying,
Right.
which means
Yes,
that
exactly.
any government that leaves office, the one that comes over, must take over and complete whatever project the government is doing. That is why we say governance is a continuous process. Did we see that in this government? No. Most of the secondary schools now will see say can say free education now can see free education. We say we should do it what? It should be what? On a gradual process, progressively. And until let's get the infrastructures. When the infrastructures are ready, you can make it a mass on a mass load. And
way. Yes. Maybe so. In the fight against the independence of Ghana, I remember the UGCC invited former President Nkrumah, who is the first president of Ghana, to be the general secretary of the UGCC. Now, the UGCC motto was serve government within shortest possible time. I'm saying this in relation to the progressive one that we are talking. But Nkrumah saw that no, it was going to take, we don't know when it serve government shortest possible time. So he formed his own political party and demanded.
Ono watiko studio hwana.
As on one, he's offline, kakra. Offline, kakra. Oba back, yeah.
Chico, I'm so to call you until you was saying,
This already,
Chico, Yanton count, Yanton can't walk as I Yanton, Yanton, out here and Kai Yanton. My main friend and I'm so Nimsa and Tenenka.
Okay.
Democracy.
Chico Asantiko.
And then the line, the line. Me too, Kapa.
Okay.
You are back. You are back.
Yeah.
All right. Now, question.
Asantiko, Chico. Chico, Asantiko, I know if I out Tenenka.
They be maintaining Asantiko.
Chico Asantiko, I'm so I press BB or Honti checking here.
And then
and Tonka.
Africa Media 24/7.
By next month, I'll move to be at the other side.
Yo, but here for your son. Yo, I've heard the Ochimenka.
It's on cover.
All right. Many a fan so many Ochimenka. Many a Ochimenka.
I think it's offline, Kakraba or Beba.
Yeah, me too, unka.
It's now
Yo,
on. Yeah.
many a Fatimenka. Yo, Ofaya, I answer line tia kono na me ma premises be
Yeah.
about free senior high school na NDC moka say a progressively free education. But also ye fight against the British in terms of our gaining independence. And Nkrumah at that time was invited to be the general secretary of the UGCC, where the UGCC motto was serve government within shortest possible time. All right. Then Nkrumah saw that no, that was going to take a very long time because they don't know when shortest possible time is going to come. So he deviated from his own political party, and then his motto was serve government now. It was on that basis that Nkrumah was able to attain independence for Ghana. Right. Now, in terms of progressively, we didn't know when the progressive is going to end. So do you fault the government to have taken a drastic measure in terms of implementation of the free SHS?
Thank you very much. I understand where you are coming from. We're using the UGCC as a typical example, with their motto being self-government within the shortest possible, of which Nkrumah saw that they don't know when. Is it going to be 100 years, 200 years before that possible this thing will come? And Nkrumah formed his CPP and said self-government now, fine. With regards to the what do you call it, the free education, like we said, progressively. When we said it should be progressively free, we did not leave it there like that. We started by doing what? Putting up the infrastructure facilities, right?
Right.
And that is the basis for it. For any education to be meaningful, you need the infrastructure. And one thing that we shouldn't forget about it is that in education, the environment is the key. Are you getting it? If you want to make any education meaningful or successful, the environment is the key. Here lies the case: if you don't make the environment good, you don't have the structures, you don't have the proper things that where the children will sit and have the peace of mind. Proper learning is not going to take place.
Right.
Have you seen the results of the first pre-HSS? About the report we had is that about 60 to 70% cannot enter tertiary education. Have you seen it? It's not because, do you know the reason why? It's because the preparation wasn't good. It is a mass something, and I'm coming. The preparation, if the environment is not good, there's no way you are going to have a success in education. Let me make emphasis here. Education is not magic. We don't use magic in it. You are dealing with children, okay? Learning per se is not magic. We follow principles in order to arrive at a better distance. That is why if you look at education in America, education in Ghana is the same thing. We follow the same principle. And don't forget that learners are never the same. Learners are never the same. We have about 3 different types of learners in every classroom that you step. Any teacher you enter a class.
For Anusi Mame.
Me tell me yes one. Why mama and you because question here they are very.
Question where is the government fair?
Yeah. Me too.
Is the government is the former president fair to criticize the current government over the Commander Sugar Factory? Because him say if you are citing an industry, you look out for certain things that are available, like raw materials and the rest. You know, now
30 seconds. Yeah, let me end you on that. 30 seconds.
If I am making a submission in you, yeah, now the rebuttal and answer.
Oh, Mati. Yo.
Many
Because my Andy was say Oma Twaso and Oman Twaso my Andy about the may end in the house.
Me pacho yo. Yeah, be buying so. Many infrastructure short force. I didn't know more buying. NDC Jai in Yuma Bebregu on one twas.
So Eddie can you can't tell several times NDC and Mahama so mudintro.
But over to me when it's a crown me.
Because I tell me.
I will form Kakra.
I will form one.
Aye.
1 second. A video.
Video, yeah.
I to say, yeah, Mahama dear Crocas was here, Jagu Rama Mane Pro, a tro, and Ada, and Nabrabasem, a Yakuhisem. You see, Ayana, a unfortunate a former president will be lying. It is because the people around him are other, I'm saying, or no one to me, so a lot of they will feed him with information. I can several times, and Tron would you know. All projects, all projects, infrastructure projects, all of them are being tackled in the health sector, in the education sector, in every sector of the you know. Here, Kufu and share your friend is saying, Asokore Mampone, other your friend is saying, housing a year say, Ansana Saglameba. Omuko home. Huh? Even so, you buy a Sokoreman pony, you know, every Sagrame cry a common, any a cocoa who says he can't try your training in an nomadi or Socopesica for when I got yours out by Bunisa. When I got you, what's my oba? So Uncle Tadium, no, I could discount some and scaffle for a Secotadian and Bium Sambra. When I got yours out by Bunisa, you more by sa. At I said, you buy a ID card. ID card. Yanyana identification exercise. Omuja to ho. Kufuwa shati omuja to ho. Ye baya ye yempo omuka cho mo members say they shouldn't register. Say an ID card na ba hot cake in the country. When I can just say ya health sector. Yet all the projects na ba that akachom say o pinpoint be near yenko ho. All of them. Aha me dintro. Where your friend is saying Omokasa te say as a Rollins and when it comes to infrastructure. My mention Rollins project tobacco. Who say your friend is saying Nanadu Danko Akufo Dubai you know or commission solar biwo speaker current speaker krum. What in your speaker and can oh yeah that's me say maka yes shall Rollins bre. Me as ama Mahama ama na Akufo Addo de bewie you say na me dase. Hwe Oko sunyani ahun na omu si fire station bi Rollins mreso omu ba be kan infrastructure shortfall me say NDC nyama omu ko fire nyina sika ombenya di wo muntra enti e bibie o ya do masi
Commander Sugar Factory
mami correct and tro bi nso osan di ye o say ti o wo fire wanum na eyentro me catch and so wo dintro na omu ni facts and figures or say Mahama, yes, I promise you 200 schools, no two ways about that. And 123 at various stages of completion. No, if I am incorrect too. 123 no. IMF at the Husika now buy Manuye. Or say, or move 40. Now 40 no nan kwade kom of I am so dintro. For schools ni na bra na ka kire se na kire ye
me family omo green book no na schools na mo wie ni na wo
o say no tio o dia omo di ntro o da say me say o say tio ono nanum to o say omo wie 40 anankwada kom na me say e ntro omo wie bia anankwada wo ba nu 40 nu 30 mpo ye ba ye wo hu ye ba wie 27 of the you know ye de ne say hwe ye ba ne ye hu ye ne say when you take the education sector hu okwa achimota e bi ohia 3-4 classroom block obetuma enroll because other things ni nyina wo hodada
right
one ye de no ukọ prempa ohia ebia dormitory ube increase na yin ba 200 or 100 or 150 entia den na wokọ completely ayi na hwa get fund project opanyini awo for years. Some started by a friend is saying Rollins. Some started by Kufuor. Nina maja to ho.
Yo.
And yes, see.
Na 1 minute now do one was yamam.
Yo mati. Commander Nadia ya babaso o kana yi ya. Enti ni ambata me ka che ne say there is not a single a year yankon. Che say. Ma men kan che ne say University of Ghana Medical Center. Omu commission oma operationalize it. Yen ya ba operationalize it. Ama ya san start phase 2. Omu kasa say ase Mahama ba so ene wana ka jo say Mahama na say University of Ghana Medical Center say. Wana ka jo say most of the project omu come di Mahama nyina either say Kufuor na sha ase ana meals. No mu nyina ma pia ma na wana. Asa ntro ni na braba sem no so ya na efiri hia. Yo,
omunya intro no minia kwanusi mame.
Say yanko projects no nyina. Hwe ayi maternity ward e wo konfanachi. How many years? 40 years. Momonim ayi ye jagu ho. Hwe aban na hu say yes, infrastructure very very important. Yenja. Omo so okay, na Mahama na waye we ye ba ye why na cry about road e won the country. Wonim roads ayi aba be ye. Hwe bidi manusi no won. Hwe say ye fa classroom blocks or mo ye in terms of your friend is saying blocks now opanyini in 2,000 classroom blocks now ufa yan ba ye within 4 years and san ye ba elections in ya over 3,000 classroom blocks mumuni mama mu ma omo dia ne se ye ka kire omo koshi omo propaganda office wo kuku hila omo ye ka kire omo ne se ade ya akokoko ka kire omo se nantwie and not on this platform not when Kakape is around we will expose your life
when Kakape is around. Minua Kakape for wanusi mame me da say ofaya.
Yes sir.
Minua Kakape say the mo kan na intro mikrobia nim etino rebata na fa Commander Sugar Factory no 3 minutes.
Thank you very much. Minua wa wuni Chico we host share infrastructure year work ho asemi say ye boa ne nasefo no wo mo ana omo na mo ekeka o na ye grimbu enya grimbu kura you can see on social media day in and day out schools any hospitals are abandoned adane kwaye mpacho hu bi da the various communities in which those schools belong to no the chiefs were coming out to speak to let the government come and make sure say they complete it so that their citizens in those various communities can have access to it. Ipacho won't be dana. And what am I saying here that is wrong? Obabe General say in fact, sometimes our brothers in the MPP when they are speaking, you see, the total failure, no, they say a minimum. The whole Ghana, even toddlers know that they have failed. Hospitals, as I speak today, schools. Let me tell you one thing. Like I said from the beginning, you see, governance is a continuous process. President Mahama ba various or say Mahama then training as if for 120 was in the various stages of completion. And amutu aswa we first year. Look at this wisdom. First year and amudi first year no to 120 na what various stages of completion now. And kamudi nkwarabe kwa kuko buomini ade. Just imagine. Would children be struggling to get a place to sit to learn for the free HSS? But they abandon it. Communities have to be crying for it. Those communities where the projects are being located, the chiefs and the good people of that community who don't want to be citizens, who don't want to be spectators, but rather citizens, where the people crying for the government to come and complete them. Hospitals will until say Yabeka Munye and I pro until Sama Mahama Kano a bienway atro. This government have made it their mind say they will never complete any project of the past administration. But Mombe Omude Bisani say, Otna Hokan and Ubebreben Bisani say, Mommy secondary school back home from scratch since they took over from government in 2017. When they promised the people that Chico host, but am I on air?
Yeah.
Yes, They promised in their manifesto that they are going to build 350 senior high schools from scratch. In Pachosa, we are aware of this. If you give me one senior high school in the period of 5 years, none. Or Traka say, and almost in fact, almost who could see one block be a 2-bedroom classroom be see baby. Is that a secondary school? I don't know who from the secondary school now. You see how our brothers are behaving. All the projects that I'm talking about, all the roads, the hospitals, and everything that Mahama is talking about, is there for you to see. Normal abandoning is in the various villages and hamlets for you to see. Normal can say, you know the argument they are raising. Schools now musi kurama ko sinu okrom. As I said, kamusi nu okrom. One who secondary school aya sinu okromuda. Since a champion time, have you seen any secondary school they built in the city before? Have you seen it? They have abandoned all the projects. So all that President Mahama is saying is true. It's not even President Mahama saying it all. Any community that Mahama will visit, the people, the chiefs and the good people are pointing their finger, their hand to the people that this is what we left and it has been there since you left office. And it has been abandoned by Kukwado and his people. We are not even saying it all. The chiefs are saying it. Yes.
Yes. 3 minutes no aso because you have corruption mama yarga issue no
Mati 90 so usuminko sugar factory and I'm in
okay 1 minute.
Okay, thank you very much. With the sugar factory, let me tell you that sugar factory is one of the projects that President Mahama Yana it was going to ease us from save the dollar from depreciating. Do you know why? Because in every year you're spending about $300 million just to import sugar from foreign countries into Ghana. $300 million. And you can imagine $300 million chasing the city. The city. This is the wisdom President Mahama had, and he said, let's revive Commander Sugar Factory. See, it me get this Sikano near you produce sugar now. CD no pressure na want also to bring those sugar no from outside and so better and that is why we put out that Commander Sugar Factory. And now putting out Commander Sugar, what they are saying is what putting Commander Sugar Factory and one looking for the product. President Mahama made provision. We are giving money from Exim Bank where we are going to take that money to make sure say you are giving to farmers. And even we ourselves, you better establish sugarcane nubi. You better your product everywhere. And in the first place, so we here factory. Is it not the factory that is needed in the first place? Then you look for the raw material. What means the factory, a mighty factory like this, and then producing raw material, and a better problem. Please, am I on air?
Africa Media 24/7.
Hello. Hello.
My name is Intra no obo you know. My name is Intra.
Hello. Am I on air?
Yes, you're on.
Me just say, what me see factory next year? How long does it take, or how difficult is it to get the product? So we put up an avenue to get the product. This is the argument our brothers are always say. You are looking for, you have been able to put up a factory, a modernized factory. A farm now by producing sugar, and no problem, and no by. And even President Mahama made provision for that because the bank MISK about $25 million that we are going to give to farmers to produce the sugarcane that we use to feed the industry. Where a problem? When they came, they abandoned it because they said no priority. But let me tell you one thing. Don't forget that Nkrumah in his wisdom put up a Suchare sugar factory and Commander Sugar Factory. Let me tell you, sugarcane, there are three most important commodities throughout the whole world. One, sugarcane, and cotton. And once you are able to have in mind, say, what this idea will be banned because sugar, you wouldn't say the pharmaceutical products are. Wouldn't say the producing drugs. So sugar is used in our daily activities in everything we do. And no cultural say sugar alone is the cause. And no can one thing about we oma bomb potona. Ba omiasu watu yinumu watuki dollar numa yiki na ma IGP and the IGP niki ni nyina yira ye nimba bi omo. Have you seen it? The dollar I'm landing
because
the dollar
Mahama Yariga Dianeso.
The dollar is falling because they don't have them how to control it. And these are some of the measures that we're going to control the dollar. So who grab $300 million of sugar every year? How do you think your currency will be? Do you see the argument I'm making here? It is going to bring pressure, and that is how it's going to. Because someone abandoned. And President Mahama, let me land. Nka President Mahama aye we nukra no. And omu ya baya omu wo foresight omu dwinko anima. Nka omu so beba be kwa ko bie sutware de na aka na aka na aye tu. Nka by this aye ho atoye.
Ye ho beto ye nim se ye nyina ye adwen yi de na Ghana ye be dru honum da ache. Na me kai we say Prince Adumbi is watching us live. Sanso na ewo UK. Sanso na Winifred Ayekon and also watching live. Minia Ifa a line article. Other four na make I say African Media 247. So no wasugusu awutie. Minia Ifa line no emu twetwesi no cheme na meba.
The best online radio in Dallas-Fort Worth. Africa Media 247.
Minia Ifa line is on the line. Minia Ifa.
Yes, sir.
Roberta, the president Commander Sugar Factory.
Okay, me that say. Mahama say the statement of Kai say, was he will nyimi ye. But I say he is not a fool. Say Obesi Factory or making arrangement for raw materials. And that or your economics was 6-4. May catch them on this platform. May catch them Mahama say unim economics, unim finance, unim management, unim business. And that there is nowhere in this world you see factory and see a raw materials. There is not a single place. And unzo wakasano or say yes Chico, or say factory need yes enti SSA oko assess loan na wo de koye yi abutuafo yi ye wo hanom na your friend is saying the date was I think 31st May 2016 right. No 30th May and mo fa media edi machi se Commander Sugar Factory ma wie na produce sugar afa wo ba be ka kire say raw materials ni ho na just the factory and now commercial and trolley bi no oh, I'm not trying to be a cano. Now, Baba catch there, say, may catch them, Mamma Mate. You see, Sunday Matica, dear, when you can know, I buy no say, what your Mopa NDC for Mopa Monfa 200 million. No, say 35. Mopa Monfa between 20 to 35 from what I say, more but talk. Now, young for 5 million in Chamu. Mokuramun talk. Businessmen in NDC for Monko tax at the end 35 million. Now, for you to come and tell Ghana for, say, when Jimmy ye, say, Ubesi factory, and send work of raw materials, the economics, no, when Shiani ye. Management, wait, and I know the tea, a yihona, yako policy credibility, no. You don't do that anywhere. Yeah? Yani, me were 15 member, one day, yeah, planning. You add value. O person who add value to a product to be a harder than and on a factory bem and on a small machines to be and on a storage no near another. Now when your product nekra was make a storage facility, make a warehouse, make a factory, and him fan Globenso Mahama economics na kakakra. Wait there, you see me ya say na make such a
akakakra na odo anu sia mame.
Ono na odene hoba. Sir, ex-president, what about Benjamin catch there say? What could see factory? And son now raw materials. etiefo muntie o ex-president o ye na odi ti ayi ho no odi ti wa odi ye you know who go see warehouse anse wa akọ product na ba begum na nya product na ho na ye pro no ye nya ho pumasi bre no and ye add value to it
yo
NDC economics for you amuntie tie we no nyina na mo fa mo bra opanyine the truth of the matter is yen ye bedru ye no government does not want to lead sa ne manema ne biom eni tihwe akumfi Jews ayi all ka say ye gigeje bi wa manapro sa omokoye videos on akumfi pineapple juice omokoye ena aban no obdi ntro no ye what is say ayi pineapples ni enya bi ese pineapple no ho dada ese o project say this is how much ye produce enti amfam bi nkan enya hwe kra there is local consumption ana ka jo say ahwede ni nyina na turn into ayi omokodi ntro omukota asichire na omode kwose factory ni mukata ye omo ntro ni bi omo propaganda led by Mahama lies na mode ma munhia no kore na mode mu ni ntro nkosa we will expose you say you see factory we and say yakwa raw material Mahama economics ni economic number kore de be ma no and gwasipa no aseka say ex president Beka say
me da say odofo so asugusu awutie 8 points African media no asugusu awutie ye minia Alhaji say minia ifa Alhaji say ochiamo na Alhaji say Chico Efamia should be true facts. He said they have completed 27 e-blocks. Where did they do that? We know they like repeating same template from their party hierarchy to show that they are doing, but it's on record that this government has failed. Nothing going on, but the trumpeted that something is going on by force. Sa na Alhaji can't and Alhaji na say Nanado went to Kumasi and said he has done more roles than Mahama. They asked him to show us the roles and he can't. And Alhaji say me mamonti say na yenu Dani kwaju ampofu or say lo wa fire like really that is the question. I would say among basic economics and management principles teaches us to set up factories and industries near raw material. Mahama was simply clueless, and he is going around attempting to justify his ineptitude while he was in government. Mahama never again. Sana Dani Kwajo Ampofo Eka Achre Ofayao. Quickly, the fight against corruption. Special prosecutor will say the state do not have any evidence whatsoever to prosecute Mahama Ayariga. It's not just say and somebody can't from Mahama Ayariga Hono. I say yes, special prosecutor by then and so much interest what Mahama Ayariga.
Thank you very much. Pacho mama may use 30 seconds for Yina question Yina Nipane
Danny okay. Danny
The fact is that concerning the sugar factory, it doesn't mean say you need sugar in a central region.
Right.
They produce sugar in central region, so they were using those ones to be the basis. This is what I'm saying. It's in your throw anybody on TME. What you say? It doesn't mean we don't have sugar cane in central region at all. Central region they produce sugar cane and pineapple. Okay, so they have the basis. Farmers, didn't you see farmers bringing their sugar cane to come and sell to the factory? Didn't you see it? It doesn't mean we don't have anything at all. But what we are trying to say is that we are supposed to produce some on our own to beef up with the little that we had there. Right? It doesn't mean say sugar. We build a factory there without even a single sugar cane. No, that is not the case. We have central region is noted for producing of sugar cane. That is why Nkrumah started it there. Now Nkrumah Nkosi factory no wa keke o. I don't think one fan ko siremu ankosi. Are you getting it? It means long before Central Region produces sugarcane. If you go to Asuchari, but also work with Asuchari there, who go through some environment, this are so many they produce sugarcane. What you say? Nkrumah in his wisdom put sugar factory in Asuchari because he knows that the environment is good and that is what the farmers do around that area. The same thing applies to Central Region. And to say, and the factory and a sugarcane. What is he talking about? Farmers are bringing their sugarcane to come and sell on a large scale to the factory, where they earn even more than they sell to individuals and those who use it for this local aquatation. Some patrol somebody no aquatation. But when Mahama put the factory there, the farmers were happy because they don't sell it to those local people that produce the aquatation no more. They take it to the factory and they get more good and they get more money. Are you getting it? So what we are trying to say is that we had money, a facility that we can give it to the farmers so that they will produce more. They will produce better sugar cane. Sugar more. This is what we are talking about. Now let me come to Mahama Ayariga. So what he's trying to say is that Mahama and your economics here and it is never true. You yourself, you are aware, say Central Region, they produce sugar cane. Let me go to Mahama Ayariga. With Mahama Ayariga issue, Chico host. The fact is that it is very good that we have a new special prosecutor and he came out with this. From the beginning, you can see they don't have any case against Mahama Ayariga. I don't know what problem, what do you call it, the former prosecutor had between him and Mahama Ayariga. That somebody went in for a car, he passed through the main, what he's supposed to do. Then at the same time, you are accusing him that he didn't pay tax. Why? When he has used his own money to buy a car to be given to his constituency, you say he didn't pay tax on that, and therefore that he should be prosecuted. You see, if you look at the whole thing, what that former prosecutor was doing against Mahama Ayariga, it's like he has a special problem with him. So what they say, I'm so one a special problem with Mahama Ayariga. Yes, Martin Amidu, of which he decided that I'm going to try him and let him to be jailed and what, and the other people to support it. You see, if you go into the matter from the beginning, Otimi said 3 assembly in 9. Just say he want to worry the guy. That is why we have a special prosecutor that who came through and went through the same thing, and he's telling us this is how we saw it. Most of us saw it long time. But Mahama Ayariga no, or can say, no, Onishi Obeka, you make sure say you start the trial. But at the end of the day, the truth will come out. And what you say?
From the position of the new special prosecutor, what did he say? Ghana say, I mean, he's doing the work he's supposed to do, and without facts, the state cannot prosecute anybody. But a special prosecutor, about out clearly, state the fact as it is. Amaye who said yes, indeed, there wasn't any case against Mahama Ayariga.
That is, I may say he's trying to work on, but that if he has done this, in order for us to see, say yes, he's really into work, and work for the nation, we have several cases that the special prosecutor need to be investigating from now. What you are saying? Right. Is a PDS. What you are saying? Where 190 million have been lost because of these people. What you are saying?
Right.
Bibi to say a premix fuel cash, what you are saying? Bibi to say cash for seat. A Japan deal, Australian visa, Oslo, KVA, GVAE, stolen bus fuel. We have a Japan deal, and we have my brother and sister keeper, and Mary. So what you are saying? These are all mighty scandals surrounding this government, caused by this government. What you are saying? And so to be friend of oh, a Japan so na bibi and those who plan a Japan who somewhere. No, I pray Mary and can $800 million. The president any Boachi Ajakun omufadi free from the state coffers. And untina Boachi Ajakun tifiende. The reason why Boachi Ajakun is not in government is because of that 800 million they were stealing. Our president in the uniform. So what you say? These are some of the cases. Maybe cases are Ghana for if you say be a special prosecutor. So also what Bapa now be Juma cases here Mabuboy. A year 125 of them. But more than that, those mu nafa wunia manuba out. He said the wire ama ya who say Mahama Yariga dieno. Sefi ni mnambo e yotan huna Martinabidu ota no. Ombody anonya ni say otimi yes cases here Mabubo so I mean kan kwetiri 125. But the Mabubo so cases are ama Ghana akọ from Ghana confess nyina sikadi nyina akọ. Nti otimi ya maye ni ehu a Ghana for nyina ebebo na baso. Ye be
Ghana for nyina ebebo na baso.
He's to work for the nation. But one preference case is here. Then he's not there to work. He will better pack his things and go somewhere.
Sure. Yo. Minya Ifa. The fight against corruption. Mama, the case of Mama.
Yeah, my sign expose an intro bium encounter. Or say, Commander Sugar Factory, no, and yes, and a sugar a uniho, but or more produce sugar cane dada. Who be a factory, no? What is no Mahama or Kata? What is no more for what is 2 days after we come in, yes, a produce sugar, no, and I will close soon it down. I don't know no more didn't trust her. Yeah, no more for Zagana for cry then. Huh? What would you? I would add in Uncle Pong, Uncle for no more pa dear of fire. Of fire, you see it. Politics near young. And you do baby, I am a man good when you must. What be a factory? A friend is saying factory in the price, you know, a better than the local a you for. And this is for me a wicked. Or more producer that even to today. And to be a 2 days and I will close soon. Will be in May 2016. Into May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December. 7 months. And son Ayeba. Of I mama didn't trust her. Mama mama Ghana for how wicked you people are. What be a factory? Price is near better than a 2 days work close to. Timo Dene. Commander for se mutia, munhunu, and conform so mutuno. Commander, you for muntie. Sir, almost say, now prices now non commodity man, no, better. And so no, almost from Mamu. Or my 2 days after way, now be didn't trust each other. About catch him so winning economics. What about catch him so winning management? Why your business? In him how things run. You don't know. Winning Obua. Now we will, we will expose you. Obia or Tihabia who said, when it comes to the Commander Sugar Factory, I expose you. Some more Namsikana Namu Petty and Namukoya factory in Isiho. Now you don't build a factory before you go look for resources. Resources no. Also, yeah, in 2 days. Opinion. But I remember that's why they bet me alcohol. Now coming to corruption. Yeah. Yeah, or more, yeah, no more basic dear my uncana. Near special prosecutor, Kisia Jabiano, approve, say, said ye cannot. A friend is a Martinami do honor. As a no, a month will be war problem in the NDC now. Can walk camp upia now Kasaka such lecture is. So we all thought, say, obey me. Okay, I am going to say it here and again. Obianiwa, oh yeah, serious or be fight corruption. Nani Martinami do on fan and conquer special prosecutor. So on you ready to fight corruption. Ubia no ankasani di mkra gani oya no afia kofani we are normal and typical of most of our technocrats. Obeka sasa how man adwuma no ntimi nya Mahama first one incompetent. Omone dia NDC for dia incompetence ne dia any mismanagement asha party ni muma o obi o hon matimu say under normal circumstances bia nko professional pa okodwane NDC ana chese ade na tegon isia baba be prove say no hwe makabio na meka enyema bi o ha obi aye enye. We can find a way to correct it, and maybe there's a loophole in our laws. We correct it. So that and we've always been saying these things all the time. Double salary. All these other a year now yambra specifically to the Mahama about also muka when somewhere can we or man can airbus in once more and in Guasia of international proportion one there is not a single thing I am not expecting Kishi to 500 ade ayira ne oma listing nyina, but most of these things no one open ni oma kwa kuku no kuku hilo hia what you call 2008 sa no mo ye na kufuor ministers this omo ba bedru ma sa na omo pe kwan pesika ni bia ba bedi the same trend omo kuku no kuku hill no we talk about nyema ya investigated that just say Airbus scandal eno no wo honum your friend is saying ye ni hanu no omo kwa Airbus branding and e kwa asem wo ho no omo kwa akoto say cyber terrorism near NCA National Communications Authority 5 billion omo ko wasa omo sire
media if obrano aso
mate
obrano aso
me rapo ne happen when it comes to corruption Mahama any NDC o madi mutintiman enti wo hwa yen Fourth Republic here ye pa kromfo any corrupt officials ayachi o maguma ho omoa
yo
omoa odi ko na ko omo wo yi no ni adnade no omo di omo nim kata but krono say yenye enye omo mra so ne yenya the term create loot and share akromfo asefo running sikura kan ye say Mahama the appointees now are appointed 60% of them no ye thieves. That's it.
Yeah, that's it. So ye thieves. 60% of on appointees ni thief. Yeah, so remember 1 minute now me wrap up for the day. Now me can say so US importemu hanum especially DFW hanum Dallas importemu hanum na say Texas importemu hanum. Now who who did you make the ever wedding reception and answer birthday party and answer anniversary party and answer grand openings be a more year na holiday parties be all types of events be a whole year piano with me after African Media 247 na African Media 247 your babe amount your babe video tape service amount sanso and your wedding photographies all types of photographies MCs and all kinds of things are ebeboa ma wudwumadi no etumpon DFW hankwa even Chicago kra no uhian ya yebeba abai diguma no ama obetimi arechi here on this number 682-347-2915 Sanso na obetimi asa arechi here ewo 972-854-4175 and also say 469-669-2303 all kinds of events bia obetimi afre African Media 247 ba be sa dwumadie na ma that's what I make out sa dwumadie is being sponsored by no 32 signature apparel no 32 signature apparel so where your flyers are African Media flyers bia who say catchy nice for you open posters open t-shirt printing all kinds of printing, all kinds of designs. Be open, be offer 32 signature apparel. Ombabi, yam of fair. Oh, they are being located at North Central Junction near ARS Church. Now, with me, I reach you on this number +233-244-617307. And I also say, with me, as I reach you on 233 +233-20102-3790. Any kwan say utu kwan ekodu Ghana and sana washe ujumedi ase. Ofre no 32 signature apparel and sana obedu Ghana no na bipia aye set amount. And you know, na me say all kinds of screen printing designs. Contact no 32 signature apparel. Na obedi jumano amount. Odafo ebrene yasun. Don International USA. Apostle David Owusu all the way from UK. David Owusu Ministries. Grace Arena Ministries. And 30th of this month, October, or more day, anointing bread. You walk the FW. And don't miss it. Obe saa dwumadie yi ebe koso Western Galleria Ballroom Dallas, Texas ha. Time no yet Saturday, October 30th, 2021. Na don't miss this important occasion. Na order for bra na obeye inshra. Ya brane ya ye bre. Alpha yao 2 minutes. 2 minutes ya mroso na wrap up na ya fa dwumadie na emra wiye.
Thank you very much. Mami, but before that, Mami used 30 seconds on the Commander Sugar Factory. Or say, you started Sugar Factory, no, and you're closing it down. We didn't close the factory down, but rather it was just we're testing the machines. Have you seen it? And they were just to test the machines and see how it will function. Until the Sugar Factory wasn't started and then just shut down, but rather to test for the machines. What they are saying? Who your factory? Yes, I will testing out machines now. One day they said they with that, let me sum up. In summing up everything, let me say, he said NDC are incompetent. When we started with infrastructure, right? You know, one our started said we have infrastructure deficit, right?
Right.
A government that whole country we have infrastructure deficit. That is when the government is collapsing. Judges, mighty buildings, my judges team. I see what do you call it? A constructed cathedral, national cathedral. That is the competency of the MPP. When we are looking for jobs, and it is one of their main distinct focus of coming into power, right? To create jobs for the youth. That is when they came in to collapse about 300 and something over Susu and loans, and then 9 banks, and let people made about 60 or and over people to be unemployed through those banks and Susu and loans, and that is the competency. In Ghana, Mahama have built hospitals where they have not opened it. There are some already hospitals existing where even people cannot go and have beds to sleep on it and deliver. They are bringing in drones. That is the competency of the MPP. Have you seen it? And you see, we have a lot of things. When we need basic things for to make sure that schools and some schools under 3 are removed. That is when the president will take a jet and high for a 17,000 hour and be bathing in the sky. That is the competency of the MPP. Have you seen it?
Let me say awesome. Unia efamia can be say Mahama uja 23 E blocks. Now almost term within first term no. Omo added 27 more. Na some no can no crebe
Oma added 27 more. It means they have built the 27 schools. Is that what he's saying?
Yeah.
Master, don't listen to that. Let me tell you. That's why I was telling you that. You see, all that we are talking about here. You can see everything on social media. Why was Kaka killed? Because schools were abandoned in his district. Hospitals were abandoned in his district. And he was criticizing them. Of which the followers of the MPP didn't like it. Kaka died because of that. Are you getting it? Maybe I'm coming. All that you are talking about, and it's a lie. Tell me, he said, Oma Babesi schools in Yade. That is what I'm telling you, sir. You should mention just one secondary school that they built in their 5 years' time. They need,
right.
Need
okay.
zero. What they say? Hospital. They should me end up. Oma me one hospital, Oma see within the period of 5 years. Zero.
Right.
Are you getting it? So all that I'm trying to say is that he said the NDC is incompetent. The word incompetent, and I mean now instances of DS, when we have infrastructure deficit, we are collapsing and building a cathedral. That is competency to the MPP. When you have to create job for the youth, they are making the youth jobless. That is competency. What you are saying. And there are several things, and there's an unemployment situation. And I'm coming. Me ending up. I'm ending up with this. It's anybody who use the word incompetent for the MPP is just going to be charitable to them. They are completely useless. Their government is neither here nor there. You see, they are the only thing I could say is that all their government, to sum it up, it is bizarre. And anytime a Frenchman use the word bizarre, it's serious because bizarre is a typical French word. Bizarre means not. That is why Ghanaians are calling for President Mahama to come back. President Mahama, who is the nation builder, whom they saw within the 4 years what he did, they want him to come back and continue with his good work so that he can create the jobs for the people. That is why they are calling for the coming back of President Mahama, the nation builder and nothing else. For these people, their governance is what? A bizarre government. It is a not government.
It's a bizarre government. Of fire, yada say, Mini fire.
Yeah, opinion. Yes, sir.
2 minutes. Na yamfa jumadi ni nyina ma awie.
Yo medase. You see, Mahama Tesono, or say, onye magician to create employment. That is here the Yaman kwan no create employment. And no na ohwe ne niam bi oye say odi call IMF for policy credibility. Almost say yen 20 years and sana ye ID cards went to me anye obetna so health insurance wo ye ne basa eka enom ne adnade. And no na a friend saying ya Boachi Jan ka say at one time in the Jubilee House, there was somebody in there not or brainless. Ono kwa di adwene bi na ne tirimo. O hwa ne ma na oye na brain no kura bi na ne tirim. No dia ye adwuma.
Yo, aka 1 minute.
Anyahwe. Now, asembe ne ye ka hwe se wo fa a year. Health insurance ye dey ba. Enkofo we say dabi they fought against health insurance ye confo dey buy. E dey be you the maternity kan ho. Omo running it down. You buy na sika send that 10 billion. Ya ba betua. Beside that, the drones or poo drones. Omo say yen twen yen build infrastructure na say yakọ some na ni pa drones ni ba unim how many people are save. Enya agro ambulance ahe na omo dey buy. Say see ya wo health insurance card no kra no. Utifie and wa renew. Na mo muni mama mu. Muni mama mu.
Yo,
and I want to get you to hospitals na ye go opanyine ma forward ni nyina ba because ye can ye ma ya schools I bought the enom ni adnade anya agro. Now ma me make corrections bi wa hanum say your friend is saying e-blocks no mu wie 27 and others were advanced stages of completion and no any wie 27 no, but beside that no ye was secondary schools ye nso ya hyase. So onima omunimo and so ba begina ba be dimtro hospitals are yashase from the scratch.
Medase
who be so omo say omo employment any ayi wa here omo factories one district one factory nko aye bi enya agro who be so omo one district one factory wa here omo say commander sugar factory opanyine me samu ade ni nyina app no won me samu adu NDC for no omunim ntro omunim nada omunim kwan ya fa so ayegu amanfo ho pi omunim amamuo Mahama say onyimi ye enu nti na okokosi factory and sana okwakwahwe ho raw materials no onyimi ye oye economics me say kokache nse the economics na kakakra the finance and perhaps or manage business bia Ghana da enintra na why manage business utumu say bia resources no wono bia raw materials no wona air pro no akwakosi factory na ye unkonkosi factory hoping say na akwakosi factory no mkotutwa ni nyina gu ye osu wonyimi ye yate Ghana for munti o masuma na ye ka kromfo ayati o maguma in the Fourth Republic NDC for omunim krono papa entina Rollins kan ye ne say 60% of them no omo ya kromfo nti enhwe omo ye omo ba so omo ba bedi akrono sem so de ye politics so be development e be kwaso
ya da wase say munya brema ye ne ye twetwe nkomo African Media 247 or hit point jumadi so ene awie ye ne ye nua ofayaw a deputy youth organizer NDC USA ene twetwe nkomo sanso ne ye ne ye nua ifa ameyaw ene twetwe nkomo ene awie center next week ye be pono na afi na nkomo na ye de enti next week ye be share nkomo edie no asentem said the be ya ye benya time ede ama atiefo nso enya de ye chechire mu no na me kai wo say after dwumadie we no yen eda yen bibia eda Emmanuel Boateng at the breakthrough ne brain and you afidie nim free ha no kosoa na mu afidie no na African Media 247 so exactly 4 p.m. to 5 p.m. Breakthrough hour Emmanuel Boateng sanso na owie pe na ye maame ani ye daachen adom hima joba edi ye mai ni en daachen dwumadie Brian, exactly 6 p.m. to 7 p.m. Anything out of 4 and you have video name free hand and was set in there or train ye now ne a train common African hit point is so you made no up every year.
The best online radio in Dallas-Fort Worth. Africa Media 247.
Sorry, I could talk a the bluff walk a
and your yam was so many coupon Shrankatia for Abusia for Grace Encounter, a Don a brand new Dom International USA, and the Apostle David Owusu all the way from UK, Dallas, Texas. At the event, I actually did say Grace Encounter no Brian Bra, Nabe Shedi Onyami to me, Ayo. A Dano, yes, Saturday, October 30th, no, Sia Papa, Matia, Ebacoso, our Western Galleria Ballroom, what Dallas, Texas. Bra, now, and then